Good evening and thanks for tuning in to Double Trouble. As Sierra likes to say, we're Rachel.
I'm Rachel Vigil and this is Grace Reeder. And we know you're excited to hear what we have to say about sports, but first let's get to know some of CSU athletes, and maybe not in the most serious way. Check it out.
Hi, my name is Alexander Paletto. I am a sophomore middle blocker. If I could be an animal, I would be, that's a hard one. Maybe like a cheetah, because they can like go really, really fast. Or a kangaroo, because they can jump. Usually spend like 30 minutes in the training room, like stretching, rolling out, that kind of stuff. And then we do, like, go back to the locker room, like someone does my hair always. And then I always eat dark chocolate before the game, I don't know why. And then we have like a dance off and all that stuff in our locker room. Either The Lion King or The Little Mermaid, just because Ariel's really pretty. Carrie Walsh is my volleyball inspiration, 100%. She is awesome, and like since I was a kid, I want to be just like her because she's like my height, like plays beach volleyball and indoor, and like she's perfect, basically.
Well, she's awesome.
She's the sweetest girl too. I love talking to her.
Fair enough. On Saturday, the Rams football team took home the Ram Falcon Trophy. The Rams beat Air Force 38-28 in this one. Rachel, we obviously have to talk about that much debated quarterback position. Nick Stevens played in this entire Air Force game. What does that mean going into the season?
I don't know. I loved it. I loved having one quarterback out there the entire time. I think it gets a little bit confusing for both quarterbacks. It almost turns into a competition, it seems like, so I was really happy that just Nick Stevens was out there.
Absolutely. I also think that it was nice that he has confidence going into this bye week. He had almost 300 yards against Air Force, who's a very tough team, a very tough defense. So I think he's going to have confidence, especially going into those next two Mountain West games. So I think that's nice going into that.
Mm-hmm. And usually at this time of the year, we're raving about Hollywood Higgins. What do you think? We haven't seen a lot of him.
I think he's probably going to go into the NFL next year, so they're reining him back a little bit. He's obviously targeted by the defense when we go play other teams. So they're probably just trying to not let him get hurt. Plus, he's been sick this season. He had that high ankle sprain as well.
Yeah, and everybody's double teaming him. All of the teams we play, they're always trying to get on him. So I definitely think that's a good thing for us. It means we have a very talented wide receiver. But yeah, he has not gotten as many yards as he usually does.
And a wide receiver that we did see quite a bit of was Joe Hansley. He averaged 75 yards, which is one more than Richard, so he's obviously doing well. He had 8.1 yards a carry, a career high 2 touchdowns as well. He did really well going into this game. He certainly stepped up as a leader for this team, which is nice, especially because Richard hasn't gotten as many touches in. So that was nice to see from him.
He definitely come out last year. I remember hearing about him, but he wasn't like that star player, and now he's kind of the go-to guy, and I've really enjoyed seeing him out there.
Yeah, he had his 9th and 10th career reception in this game, so he's certainly stepping it up. But the Rams have a bye weekend this weekend, so rest your voices for that game against San Jose State on Halloween. That's going to be spooky.
And the men's basketball team is starting to prepare for their upcoming season. Practice started last week for the team, and Teal Daniels and Joe Deciman are playing big roles as they are the only returning starters from last year. Losing J.J. Avila, Daniel Bejarano, and Sant Kidd will be an adjustment for the team, but we cannot forget about guards Gian Clavel and John Gillen. Clavel averaged 9.2 points per game last year, and Gillen was named the 2015 Mountain West Sixth Man of the Year. With this team, CSU was predicted to finish 7th in the Mountain West. Grace, what do you think of the rankings?
Well, I certainly hope that we're not 7th in the Mountain West, of course. Boise and San Diego State are on the top of that list, but we'll see.
Yeah, and for the last 4 years that we're ranked lower, we've always ranked higher, so
we'll see how it goes. After the break, we'll be back with very funny Nicole Conklin. Stay tuned.